go now.
49. Mike, 49.
Check nine, check nine.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
24 is the mic. Drop deep, drop deep. 24 is the
Play action. Now Jackson. Rolling to his left. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Slit, slit.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Lamar Jackson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They begin with a run by Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
From just shy of midfield, Darnold. That's complete to Smith. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the 50, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
On 2nd and 9. Jackson. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
This time, Jackson will throw it. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go, D.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. That's complete to his receiver, Kane. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A give to Smith out of the gun. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Jackson. Caught here by Bell. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
To throw again is Jackson. That's complete. It's Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch the safety creep. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, his throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
54.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and there'll be time to play before halftime. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Funches has it complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Darnold from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a...
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go, son. Watch 57. I got it. Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He's got Smith here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. They'll run on first down. Smith. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Buying time to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. On 2nd down, it's Smith. And he's got some space here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Yo, 80. Hey, check, Mike, 57.
A first down throw, Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31.
Here's Bell. And running room room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Being chased out left. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Jackson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Jackson now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going for it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Bravo!
Darnold on 1st down. This is caught. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here we go now with Smith. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Marr on for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Jackson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Not a wolf. 54. Here we go, D. Mike
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
New England on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson from the shotgun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
17 yards, first down, Vikings. On first down, Darnold. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Darnold. That's complete to Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Darnold completes it. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on second down. Darnold. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And it's 3rd and 5.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Now Darnold. Well, this one complete to Smith. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Marr able to put this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts him back within one score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The 1st down run with Bell as he'll get about 6 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Jackson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Danielle Hunter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down. 3rd and 1.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch the weapon. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey,
Here's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often, not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England. So for the Patriots, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.